What was it like growing up? You grew up in Torquay. You went to South Dartmoor College, yeah?
I went to South Dartmoor College.
You grew up in Torquay?
I grew up on the Timoth Road by Cuthbert Main till I was about 10. I went to primary school, which is just down the road. And then secondary school went to St Margaret's. But my first experience of Torquay was my granddad took me to watch a game. It's Torquay, for Torquay United. I can't remember who it was against. But my first real memory of football for Torquay was Effiam Williams.
Yes, the hat-trick.
The hat-trick was
his debut, yeah, it was his debut. And then he didn't do a lot after that.
Well, that's it. That just sticks in my mind. I don't know why.
He was my favourite player.
So
I was so angry
what
when
year
they
was
sold
that,
him.
John?
2000, maybe?
I don't even
99,
know.
2000,
I would have been,
like that.
well, that's probably right, I would have been about 6.
This is the sort of thing, if we were a proper podcast, Jamie, we should know.
Yeah, you should really
we should really find out.
Checks,
Really done a lot of research on when Effiam Williams played.
Yeah.
So you will have seen that with your granddad, will you?
Yeah, so I saw that with my granddad, and then I was...
And how old will you have been then?
6. I'd have been 6.
And will you have been playing?
Oh, yeah, I would have been playing. My first football would have been for Willow Wanderers. I used to go and join in with my brother, my brother's team, who's a bit older than me, but I was just so eager to get going. And then my mum used to take me to soccer schools with Frank Prince.
Oh yeah.
Have you heard?
Torquay United, Frank Prince,
yeah.
Football in the
Looked after the
community,
community, didn't he? Yeah.
And so I used to go to that all the time. Then I played for Torquay United when I was about 7, 8. Then they scrapped the whole youth system.
Yeah.
So then I think I played for Chelsea Juniors.
Yeah.
Then
So when you were playing for Torquay United, 6s, 7s, were you selected for that, or was that just something you turn up to? Or?
I think I was selected from the community, from the footballing community. My coaches were Leon Hapgood, and I want to say Justin Grintzell, maybe. Grintzell? I think Robbie Herrera had something to do with it as well when he had long hair, because I always remember his long locks.
Well, he went away and came back.
Yeah,
didn't he? Yeah.
Exactly, because I had him again when obviously Kevin Nicholson signed me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was my first game in a Torquay United shirt.
And then they shut it all down, and you had to go and play somewhere else.
Then I had to go and play somewhere else. Yeah, at that age, you don't really think anything of it, really. But I did go to.
You went with your granddad. What did your mum and dad do? How did they end up in the bay?
So my mum is a single mum.
Yeah.
So she brought up me and my brother. She had a hard time, to be fair, but
2 boys.
Yeah, 2 boys, absolute chaos. My dad, I don't know,
Right.
but so my mum is everything. Like without her, I wouldn't have ever played football. So she's been amazing to me.
Did she give you some drive? Is that what you drive? Because to become a professional sports person.
Yeah, I suppose when you're younger, you don't think of it like that. But the older I've got, the more I realise what it means to my family. Obviously, my mum. Some people do it for like different motives and stuff, but I really get a kick out of coming in from the game and getting like a well done from like my family or girlfriend or my mates. I love all that. So. It's not until older really it flies by. It feels like last year I was making my debut in the Football League. Yeah. And it's just where.
And that was against Oxford?
No.
That was against Oxford for Exeter City?
I came on for Oxford around Christmas time.
I've looked at your Wikipedia. I've
Oxford,
done some Wikipedia.
Well, there we go then.
Sorry, let's go back a little bit.
Yeah, sorry.
What were you like at school?
Oh.
Were you best in your year at school? Because sometimes people go, they was playing much better than me at school.
I had quite a good score. I think Jamie Richards went as a professional to. I think he signed for Torquay for a little bit.
Now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's at Truro. Yeah, he's at Plymouth. We had Jared, who's now with me at Torquay.
Yeah.
We had a good school year, to be fair. Obviously, you kind of know that you've got a little bit in those years because of the difference in skill levels. So you kind of know, well, I could have a chance here. But then your aim was youth team, getting a YTS scheme. And at school, I remember when school realised that they could then bribe me through Exeter was when I started to maybe be a little bit better behaved.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I stepped out of line, we'll call Exeter. Oh, really? So
Right.
yeah, so it was one of them. They started getting involved. But no.
And were you noticeably better than people around you?
I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I guess so. I guess you kind of do know. I was speaking to my mum about this actually because it's mad how many kids went to the football tournaments at Cannon Valley. They used to hold them in Paynton, and you're talking about 400-500 kids all in one area, and you think who's still playing now? And like around here, and I'm thinking I could be like the only one who's playing professionally on my level at this 500 kids. So you've got all the parents there that are saying to their kids, "Oh, you're going to make it." The chances are so.
And the people who slipped through the net as well, like Kiefer Moore nearly slipped through the net, didn't he? Because he got let go by.
That's the thing.
And
like
that can happen.
You don't know when you're going to develop, when you're going to know, because you've got to know your game. You've got to know what you're good at. Managers can be telling you different things. It might be to you like 24, 25 where you actually start going. For some, the penny drops at 18. But yeah, that when we were talking about that, that's just mad to think that the stats it's so slim of actually making, and then it goes even slimmer going past 24, 25 of staying in the game, because that's what you've got to try and do.
Yeah.
So obviously you've got to get the best out of your career. You've got to make a living, because it could be a waste of time if you get to. That's what I don't think about. Going off topic, aren't I? But
no, it is all topic.
With the under 23s scheme, it's like you could be a top club to your under 23, and then you've not got one men's game under your belt. Then who's going to take you really?
So you go to Exeter City and you make your debut for them.
Yeah.
You play for them, and then there seems to be like not a stall, but like you. I don't know. How would you describe it, Jamie? What do you think happened?
I fell off.
You go to Truro and to Dorchester Town.
Yeah. So
is that for you to go and get games or?
So when I signed pro at Exeter, I first went to Dorchester Town. That's what they did with everyone. They send you out on loan, get a few men's games, come back, see where you are. So I did that. I did well at Dorchester. Apart from there was one. We made the FA Cup first round proper, and I'd scored about 6 during the time there.
Yeah.
And some Spanish guy came over. He's an exchange student. I think he was called John. I always remember his name. Johnny Garcia. I don't.
Sounds made up.
Sounds like you made it up.
Sounds like Johnny Garcia was his name.
It sounds like he's made it up.
And I don't hate him. I have no bad animosity towards him. However, we got to the first round proper against Plymouth Argyle, and boo. And it was on ESPN. It was on, and the manager dropped me for that game, and I didn't come on. But on the other hand, Gozzi scored the goal that knocked Plymouth out.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, Gozzi scored. You know Jake Goslin?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Played for us for a bit, didn't he? Yeah.
And when you drop down, when you go from a league club, and do you feel like you're dropping down? Are you told you're going out to get minutes?
Yeah, you're told you're going out to get minutes. Basically, you're saying like you're not ready for the first team yet, so you need some.
And what is that? Strength, ability, skill level.
Strength. Playing for 3 points on a Saturday is massive. It's totally different between youth team. I mean, sometimes you won't play as much football as you do in the youth team. I've been lucky at Torquay, to be fair.
You're just good, Jamie.
I've just been lucky. So yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, the gap. Right. Yeah. So I go back to Exeter. I'm in and around the squads, on the bench, and that's massive for me. I'm like buzzing. I'm with like some good players, and then I make my debut against Oxford. We were losing 4-0 at the time, and then I went back to being on the bench.
Yeah.
Or spare man is what. Do you know that there's always a 19th man
on the coach? Is there
there's always a 19th man that will. Like I was the king at Exeter for that. Honestly, if there was bonuses for the 19th man,
like that, you'd be Gilbert Agar.
Oh yeah. No, I'd be the person with blue tack putting up the tactics on the wall. That's what I did.
That isn't why you're squad number 19 now.
No,
shove it back in their faces.
No. That's not. Isn't that more demoralising than not being on the coach?
Well, towards the later end at Exeter, yeah, it really was. But then I was 18 and I was just excited to be there. I had to make, because I was the youngest, it's changed now, but because I was the youngest, I was the one that always had to do the coffees. So I'd know everyone's coffees and teas. I wouldn't even have to ask what sugar they had.
How old are you at this point?
I'm 18 here.
Yeah.
And
so you're a man?
Yeah.
You're a young man and you've grown up around men.
Yeah.
So I always think footballers' development and the way they sort of get older quicker, they get more mature quicker because they're surrounded by...
Yeah, well back then we had one changing room for the young boys and one changing room for the older, so there was real separation. Now it's not so much as that, you're all in one. But so yeah, I had to do the cups of teas and stuff like that, and then it was towards the end of the season. I think there was 4 games left, and it got to the point where I was leaving my shin pads on the coach, getting off, because I knew I weren't going to play. Like, I was just coming along. He never really spoke to me.
Who's the manager there?
Paul Tisdale.
Okay, right.
And we stayed at...
Because he had the hat.
Yeah, he was always dressed well though. So we had Wimbledon away, and we stayed in Richmond. I always liked going to Wimbledon because we always stayed in Richmond. It was really nice, and you could go around the park and stuff. Obviously I was young, but and I went in. I was just doing all the warm-up stuff, and he put the team down. We trained on the way up there, and I had no clue what the team could be. All I know is I weren't going to be in it. And he read the team out, and I was in it, and my heart dropped down my arse. Oh,
were you ready?
No.
You weren't ready?
My heart dropped so pumping. I was so nervous.
You were in the first team, or you were in the lineup.
I was in the starting lineup. Yeah. My first. Yeah, that was my first ever start. I didn't have a clue.
And he hadn't given you a hint of that?
Hadn't given me a hint of it. And then I always see the look of all the older lads' faces, like looking at you, like what? And then
who's in the team now? I'm trying to think. Of
Jamie Reid.
Still playing?
Yeah, still playing. Still really good. Who else played for Exeter at that time?
Don't matter. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Obviously, because I asked the question, Jamie. But Jamie Reid will do.
Yeah, Jamie Reid.
Steve Flack?
No. God, no. So then
Darren Rowbottom.
No.
I'm just naming general Devon legends.
Tommy
Tynan.
See, I don't know any of these.
No, you young man.
All I know is David Graham and Martin Graham.
Yeah.
David Graham, Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. So you see all the lads coming over and you get nervous, thinking, I hope I play well. And they're all giving me nice little taps on the back saying, this could be your day, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I start playing, and I remember I'm getting a bit of stick off the Wimbledon fans.
Yeah.
And I remember I got my first ever goal, got the ball, step over, cut in, shot, and the keeper's just parried it in the goal. Like, it shouldn't have been a goal. And I've just gone over to the fan. Now I could see him standing up, giving me stick before. I just gone, what? And I was going mad. And then I scored again. So that was my first taste of.
He scored
2 on my debut, and then I had a third, but they gave it offside for Cura on the hat trick, and I had my top half off. Getting rid of
VAR.
Yeah, I had my top half off. So yeah, that was my first ever football league game in a men's game, really, in professional. Obviously Dorchester, but for Exeter.
You come off for that, and what does Paul Tisdale? What does the team say to you then? Are they? Is it a factor then of managing you, or is it a fact of giving you that confidence? And
yeah, well, you're high on confidence then anyway. And then I think I played the next 2 games after that, and then that was the end of the season. But
right.
From that game, then that's when I got called up to Northern Ireland and the 21s, and I went. So anyway, yeah. So that season didn't end great. I think we finished a point off playoffs. Right. So if that goal had counted, we would have been in the playoffs.
Okay, right.
So that was tight, and then got called up for Northern Ireland. That was a mad experience. Yeah, it's Northern Ireland, but it's still like
that's international football.
Yeah.
You know.
How do you qualify for?
My granny's Irish, and so I went out to the training camp.
Just say that. Keep that story.
Yeah.
Keep that story. We know Tony Cascarino.
That's fine.
So I got called up to the training camp, and then through that, I then got called up to 21s. Obviously, that was quite big for me because I was only 18, so the rest of them were quite older. And
playing at a similar level to you in the league?
Oh no. God, there they were all playing for like good teams like Rangers.
Yeah.
I think there was a couple one was from Liverpool.
Yeah.
And then you just see Exeter City. So it's a bit, and you've got some of the local Irish people that play for like Linfield.
Yeah.
That's big over there.
Yeah. So then you do that, and then you go back to Exeter, and it doesn't quite.
Well, no. I went to the Milk Cup with Northern Ireland again, and then I got called up to the Belgian game. That was good. That was in front of like 15,000 fans.
Fantastic.
They're 21s. They're front three again. Torgan Hazard plays for Dortmund.
Yeah.
Batshuayi and Yannick Carrasco plays for Atletico Madrid. They're front three
players.
Yes.
And do you see a marked difference? Do you notice a?
Yeah, you see a massive difference. The sharpness and quickness around the box is frightening.
Yeah.
Frightening. But we only lost 1-0. We had 10 men, so it wasn't too bad.
What's the difference between someone who, like that at that age, like Batshuayi, say?
Yeah.
He ends up playing for Chelsea in first team and world star.
Yeah.
What extra do they just genetically different, or just quicker, or better twitch muscles, or calmer under pressure? What do you think is the difference?
I think it's their decision making, and I think it's their decision making definitely. So say if we're doing passing, I think they're 9, 10 out of 10 every time.
Yeah.
As well as someone like me, I'm probably lower than that, which is why I'm not playing as high as someone else. But then I think that when I watch these strikers and stuff, I don't think they do stuff that I couldn't do. I just think that they can do it under pressure, like you say, big games. Like, I'm not saying I can't do that, but I was saying that's the difference maybe. And like I said before, maybe the pennies drop for them way earlier than they know their game.
Experience earlier, and they've got it more naturally, I suppose.
Yeah, more naturally,
but it can be learned.
Yeah, you don't have to nurture someone, do you know what I mean?
We'll go back to your career in a minute. I'm always interested, what is it like when you're playing? What do you... I'm trying to...
Playing again?
They say great players, they get more time. They have more time. Professional sportsmen, they have more time. They just see it. They just see it quicker.
Yeah.
Like a great rugby player, will see it opening up in front of them, or a golfer will see the shot.
Well, that's what
when you're playing, is it slow motion? What do you feel like in a game situation?
In a game situation, I'm quite calm.
Yeah.
Well, I've learned to be calm anyway. When I was younger, I was a little bit more erratic. Or now I feel like I'm quite calm. I'm not nervous at all. I've started to, like you're saying about the difference. I think that they can see 2-3 passes ahead, which makes their movement better and quicker than mine.
Right. So
he would get in that position to score a goal maybe 2 seconds earlier than it would click in my head. Okay. Do you know what I mean? But for me, like playing a game, it's fine really. I don't.
You always do seem, especially since Gary Johnson stuff, but since you've been played in the right position, basically, just from a Torquay point of view, you seem really calm under pressure, like Woking away last year. John and I both that game, huge game in the club's history.
Yeah.
Massive
You don't
pressure.
even think about it.
No.
You don't think about how big that is. You don't really think about it, if I'm honest.
So you just go out and you play what's in front of you.
Yeah, obviously I read the game. I try and read the game. I try and get in the position where I think, this could be a goal here. Like on Saturday, for instance, when the ball got played down the line to Wits, I knew, all right, I'm going to run and get a tap in. Yeah. And I got the tap in. It was I'm in a habit where I pull off and try and get the cutback.
The space.
But I've been working on, because I see so many strikers score easy goals, and they're getting like 15 a season from it. So I just need to learn to run towards the goal, really, I think. But yeah, and I don't get too down if I miss a chance. I miss some sitters over the years, but in my mind, I doesn't even play on it. It's just gone. Next one, I'll score.
That's the thing. It seems like you found a real level of calm.
Yeah.
So when you're in front of goal, there's no panic.
No.
It's just, and on the pitch, you've seen the difference in the way Jamie plays.
Yeah, John, obviously. So like when you came to Torquay the first time, how did that come about for you? And obviously,
my first time
from Torquay, it must have meant quite a bit as well.
Yeah, my first ever time with Chris Hargreaves.
Yeah, was that the first? That was the first loan spell.
That was my first loan spell. It wasn't a very successful one, but there was reasons behind that. I got called back from the Milk Cup early to be on the bench, and I had a problem with my groin. I don't know what it was, and everyone was telling me I was just tight, just use your foam roller. Anyway, to fast forward that, I was out for about 16 months.
Really?
Yeah, that was tough. That was so tough. Going from scoring in the league at 18, getting called up for Northern Ireland, and then. But it was so annoying because no one knew what was wrong with me. So I was getting told to go and play, and I couldn't. Yeah. And I was going out and training. I had to come in. Like no one understands how hard that is for you as a young lad. And mentally, it's tough. Like I was in that physio room day in day out for so long.
Just from a mental point of view, if you've spent your life expending your energy and making your head calm itself down by running around and playing football, then all of a sudden you can't.
Yeah, you can't. To be fair, the manager at Exeter was really good to me. He was giving me a contract after contract, even though I was injured. That made me feel good because he obviously saw something. But at the same time, I just wanted my injury to go, and I ended up doing research on it myself. I had to speak to ex-pros.
Really?
Yeah, I had. What was it? Sean Goss, who was at Man United. I got in touch with the physios there, which led me on a path to this guy in Leicester, and I ended up. I think I was out from the September time and then it went to the next August, and I didn't make an appearance till the February. So it was like a whole year. Then the next
season and a half.
Yeah, season and a half, and to get that back.
Get your fitness back.
Yeah, get your fit. I had to do shadow play for 2 weeks, where I was just mimicking the training session, but without a football. It was crazy. I did that. I had to have an operation. That was.
I suppose you think, what's the alternative, isn't it? I suppose.
Yeah.
You stopped playing basically.
They were. I got a quote for career-ending insurance. That was hard. Because they just didn't know if I was gonna get through it or if it was in my head. I was getting them shouts, and that's the worst. I hate that because it's not. I'm hurt. I'm not just gonna say I'm not hurt. But that was tough. That was just a tough period for me, going from such highs to such lows for a long period of time. And then, but what it did do is it made me mentally strong. I'm quite mentally strong. And obviously I've been through it's not been all roses at Torquay. I've been through some horrible times, but.
Well, John was saying on the way down, weren't you, John, when you were being played out of position, basically. The crowd got on your back and you went back at them,
Yeah, it's what it is. They pay their money. When I think about it, they're going on an away trip. I'm still in bed in the hotel. Do you know what I mean? So they go all that way and they want to see a performance, and if they're not getting that from certain players, they're going to vent their frustration, which is totally fine. I would say that I was the scapegoat. The scapegoat. The sheepgoat.
You were the sheepgoat.
What's sheepgoat?
Definitely.
The scapegoat, a little bit. But I just had to take it. I'd go into the changing room and laugh about it. We
were always surprised at it. We were talking about it on the way down, and we were saying, surprised at it with you, because I think the great thing about you, Jamie, is you are us on the pitch.
Yeah.
You are Devonshire. Devon, it's a funny place to come from. It's an odd place to grow up. When you go around the rest of the country, as you've done, as I've done, and as John's done. People don't know what it is. They don't know where it is. No. But for you to be a professional sportsman from Devon, to reach that level, to reach those heights, I'm only proud of you and amazed that you've achieved that level.
Thank you very much.
And it's shown. I think what it is with the crowd is you are one of our own. Like Harry Kane and Tottenham. It's that thing of. What does Devon mean? I mean, do you stay in Devon on purpose because it's home? Is it because it's where you've created your career?
It's just always the way it's happened. I have not looked to get away at any time. Never had the opportunity. It's not come up. I think it's from that first loan that I came to Torquay and then I had the second one with Kevin Nicholson. I just kept coming back, and I wasn't ever going to get a look at Exeter because of other reasons, but Devon to me, it's just home. Like, I was walking up here, then I just like look at the sea, and it's like amazing. Like some people, like the Viking Asa, he doesn't see
surprisingly tall.
Yeah.
I bumped into him the other day on Timber Seafront, and he didn't know it was me. I didn't say anything. Our kids started talking to each other.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, "Oh, you're tall." I didn't realise he was so tall. Sorry, what does Asa think of Devon?
Well, yeah, because he's from Birmingham.
Oh, right, okay.
So
landlocked.
So he's not seen a beach. He's never by a beach, and I can't get that in my head. How can you not be by? He said to me he's been years without going to the beach. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
How can you not see the sea for years? Because this is where we live. It's beautiful.
For that reason, did you take it quite personally when the fans got on your back? Obviously, I think it was kind of a frustrating time at the club for everyone, wasn't it? It was kind of all going wrong, but you must have taken that quite.
Yeah, it's tough, especially when your family are in the stands and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't think many people think about that.
No.
That when they're shouting,
Kevin Hill's mum used to stand behind me on the pop side.
Come on, Kevin!
Constant. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's probably my mum shouting at me.
Yeah, does she go every game?
Yeah, she does go to. My brother goes to all the games, and it's hard for them to keep their mouth quiet because obviously that's their brother, their son, or whatever. But that's tough when your family are watching, or if you get tickets for your friends and they're coming and you just see they see you getting absolutely slaughtered.
Yeah.
I remember one time, I think it was Bromley, came off and it was 1-0. I think we were losing, and it was the first time I got subbed in a long time. And the cheer from the fans was so embarrassing. But I just was running head down. I looked up, I saw Gozzy just looking at me laughing. I was like, oh no, I'm going to get belters for this in the WhatsApp group. But no, it was tough. But like I said, some of the stuff that I've been through in football has made me mentally tough, which has made me just bounced off me really.
That must make it sweeter, the fact that it's kind of turned round.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have felt quite so good if you hadn't had those lows before.
No, I know, but even then, like we weren't great. So let's not beat around the bush. We weren't great, and I was playing out wide, and we were always locked in. The teams attacking us wherever we went, and when you got the ball out wide, you were about 80 yards from the goal. I'm not too sure many wingers. I'm not even a winger, so I don't know what I was supposed to do. You're always so far away from the goal, and I think if I'm paying to watch someone play, I want to see my winger light up the stadium, nice step overs, like all that. And I was never going to be that sort of player, really, was I?
You're direct, aren't you?
Yeah, I was never gonna be the one that flashy and all this. So I set myself up for disaster. But there was, I used to go in and say, look, can I go up front? Because obviously I was on loan, and I'm a striker, so the exit team as a striker, and I want to go back there because that was the plan as a striker. That's not going to happen if I'm out on the wing just filling in the numbers or doing a job. But the manager at that time said, look, my work rate, he needed me out on the wing because we was always defending. He thought I could get up and down. So really, but at that point,
that's you making up for someone else's deficiency, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's not you playing to your best.
No,
that's making up for someone else not being good enough in their position.
Well, yeah, that as well. But I just thought because I'd been injured for so long that I just needed games, so I didn't say anything.
No,
I was happy to play anyway. I just wanted to play, but it got to the point where I was like, "Nah, come on, I've got to play up front now." But it wasn't really until the new gaffer came in. It's been a blessing, really.
And then that was, I mean, that for the whole club, the whole of Torquay. We were talking about Torquay United now.
Yeah,
for a change.
Yeah, Torquay United.
But the whole club, that seemed to be a huge positive step. It seemed to bring a huge just bundle of positivity with him. We're all going to take a step forward together. And he seemed to get the right players around you, play you in the right place.
Yeah.
And he seems that we've met him a couple of times, and you do walk away from meeting Gary feeling a better person about yourself.
Yeah,
I think someone who obviously is confident like you are and mentally strong, to have someone like that pushing you again.
Yeah, but I mean, he still pushes me even now. Like, calls me in, says what. I think I went in the other day and he had a list of what I wasn't good at. So I had to work on that, and obviously at the top of that
short list, I reckon, Jamie.
Yeah, actually it was very long. He even said it wasn't supposed to be this long. The top of that list was heading. So He really wants me to start scoring.
You scored one last season.
I scored one
last season or this season.
I can't remember seeing you score a header, but
Dover away. I remember it.
Actually, someone who played on the wing for Torquay, and at the weekend you matched their goal scoring. Was Mark Loram.
Right.
And he was a superb player for
Torquay
in the 80s, early 90s, from Brixham. So in many ways, I see you similar sort of background. And he was really brilliant, tricky winger. And he got signed for QPR. And I don't know what the story was. The story always was that he didn't like it.
Okay.
He didn't like London, and he came back and played for Torquay.
Did he?
That's
from QPR.
From QPR.
What
That's
league
always
was
the story.
QPR
Yeah.
in?
They must have been probably first division.
Wow.
Second division.
Division 1. He was playing Division 1. Story goes he didn't like it. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah.
You know, but so that's someone from Torquay.
That's brilliant. I didn't know.
That's who you matched.
Did
the
I?
weekend you matched his Torquay United goal scoring record.
Did
the
I?
Weekend. Yeah.
Wow. I know. I seen that. I was. What was the last one? I matched David Graham.
Oh right, okay.
I got to 50.
So you watched him as a kid? Did you watch?
I watched him as a kid. Yeah. Oh my God, he's amazing.
Brilliant.
Yeah. I remember his Champagne Predators. He was just.
I think I bought my Predators based off.
What boots do you? This is a good question. What were your favourite boots?
My favourite ever boots were I liked the old Vapors with the small tongue that had them. Cary Arms used to wear the silver ones. Oh yeah, them ones. Yeah, love them ones. I'd probably say. Although I did like the Predators, but I always think now that a boot is for a certain position. So like Kyle Cameron wears Vapors, I'm just not sure on it. If I see a centre back wearing Vapors, I'm thinking mistake. I'm thinking you've got a mistake in you.
Are you chatty on the pitch? Do you chat to your opponent?
Not really, no, but I will chat to the team, and it's always a bit embarrassing watching the game back because you can hear it a lot.
You could in the National League South.
Yeah,
you could hear a lot of the players in the National League because there weren't many people there.
Yeah, I remember when we played Hungerford away and they had the police dog and the dog just kept barking at the ball and I thought, oh my God, this is the football.
This is got
history
with
police dogs.
And that's when it all changed, when the dog was there.
Yeah.
That's when we got promoted.
How did it feel going back to that season then, that moment when we'd won the league, when we finally did it? Was it Eastbourne at home?
Eastbourne at home.
Wasn't it?
Eastbourne at home,
when
we won it.
Got it over the line.
Yeah. That was, what did happen? Oh, do you know what? Kyle Cameron organised the night out. It was a shambles.
Oh, it's like a bad stag do.
It was a shambles. I know. But Park Lane, he was in there at 9. It was dead.
We went to Woking away. That was I mean, Ben went to scoring that goal. Where were you for the goal? Were you on the line or something? Or?
I was on the edge.
On the edge?
I was on the edge of the box,
Should you not have been in that?
I think I should have.
If it was a script, you'd have hit that, Jake.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I quite like the fact it was Ben Winter having just he never scores.
He's just Mr. Consistent. He's great, I think, Wince. I think he's a brilliant player. Doesn't probably get the recognition he should. So
him and Liam, I think this season, especially without him and Liam, it's been pretty tough at the back.
Yeah, it has been tough at the back. But now, it could have fell to anyone, really. Whoever scored it, it's brilliant that it was Wince. But yeah, it was just mad. It was...
When you're up against, I mean, what I found from watching Torquay in the National League South or in League One, wherever, I don't care I genuinely don't really care. I love it when they're winning, and to win that last season for me was as good as winning anything.
Yeah,
because I've supported them 30 odd years, and for me it's just to see you winning something. I think you watch the level you watch, and as long as you feel it in your heart and your soul, then it's great. As a player, do you think it feels the same winning something like the National League South as it would be?
Of course, I think you can only play where
you can only win, can't you?
You can only win whatever you're in. I didn't think, it's not that good because we're in the Conference South. I don't care. I'll call all the lads champs from now on because we are. It doesn't matter what level it is. It's a great feeling lifting the trophy. Although the photos of Ace lifting the trophy, I'm not in it. So I'm behind. I'm not in it. I'm behind the Viking trying to open the bottle of champagne. Oh
you need
my
to
God!
Get yourself
I'm not in it because I'm trying to open the cork. I can't, yeah.
When on that last game, who was it? You lost 1-0.
It was
Hungerford.
Dulwich.
No, we lost to Hungerford.
Yeah, Dulwich 7-2.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Hungerford. Yeah, I went to that game. It was 1-0, like really scrappy goal.
Yeah.
Last 2 minutes when it was horrible. Their keeper played a blinder.
He had a blinder. Oh,
nightmare. Anyway. You lost the game, but they were still presenting the trophy.
Yeah.
You all came out to present the. This is a story more about the Torquay United fans and public than the team. Right.
Okay.
I'm sat in Bristow's bench,
Yeah.
surrounded by a load of old boys.
Yeah.
Who've obviously been going their whole life, never seen us win anything.
Yeah.
You all come out, you lift the trophy.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, champagne, great stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone's cheering, absolutely brilliant. You all start parading it around the ground. The old boy in front of me goes, "They're milking it now."
Did he? Did he?
And I think that sums up Devon, doesn't it? It's all like they don't want success. It's like we don't. Don't be too loud about it.
There's nothing wrong with milking it. Just lifting the trophy.
He's milking it now.
Yeah. No, not on that. You can milk it. I'm still milking it now. I'm still putting photos up. It was a brilliant time.
You've given us so much pleasure, Jamie, and as I say, you are the. I think you're so the. I was saying to John, for me, you could be talking like a striker of any era. You were like so. It's such a face for me of talking because you're local, because you're all about passion and pride and driving forward,
which I don't. I think some people don't get that from when I'm playing because my face is. Like Gaff always says, he says I look miserable, but I'm not. I'm really not miserable, and people think that like I wouldn't be very talkative or whatever. But like I'm weird. Like I'm so the most talkative person ever. Like the old board used to love me because they used to come to the away games, and I would sit on their table and pepper them with questions. Because I just talk to anyone. So I think that like the certain fans or whoever don't get that.
Yeah.
Because they don't see what goes on.
But what I love, I feel like I didn't, when we did that, this is why I think you're different as well, is when you won the trophy, you did all that, you were milking it.
Yeah.
And then you
which was
you're allowed,
you
came off and you went up to the disabled area and you shook all their hands, had a big chat with all them, and I thought you didn't have to do that. This is your day, You've had a career leading up to that, and I thought that is a real mark of a really great person. You seem a good human, Jamie.
Yeah, which I don't think people would come across. I mean, I do take the a little bit, and I do.
Yeah, but that's part of being in football. You can't grow up in football and not be like that. But you just seem to understand what it is.
Yeah, of course, I've got time for anyone really. Like you said about that, then they can't come over to the pitch or whatever. So. That's why I did that, because they couldn't come any closer, so I went up there.
What do you want to achieve, just to play as high a higher level as you possibly can?
Yeah, obviously to play as high as you can. Football league is where every footballer wants to be.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can do something good this year. We're still in touch and distance.
Yeah.
Just need to go on that run, make up for the bad rut we had. It's basically just to play in the football league. I mean, I haven't had any conversations with the gaffer yet of next year, but my contract runs out next month, I think it is, or in the other month. So hopefully in the summer something happens.
I think you've probably done enough.
Maybe he's not the type of player that he wants.
Because how old are you now?
25.
25. So you're getting to peak, aren't you?
Yeah.
Now.
I've started.
How many games you got under you? How many games you played?
I think I would have gone over 200.
So
For Torquay though, I think I've played like maybe 100 and something. I'd like to get to 200.
Yeah.
I'd like to get to 200 games for Torquay. To be fair, that'd be a nice.
Like
That'd be a nice from taking photos with the team.
Yeah.
When I chased.
You must look at someone like Jamie Vardy.
Yeah.
And go, it's possible.
It's possible.
Yeah. It is possible.
You've just got to be really lucky. I think you've got to speak to the right person or whatever. That's incredible what Vardy's done. I mean, don't know if.
What do you think that's built on? Just desire?
I'm not sure because
he's got pace, isn't he?
Yeah, he was 24, 25. I mean, Ricky Lambert used to see him. He was at Southampton in the lower levels, and yeah, it's just it can happen in Kiefer Moore.
Yeah.
So, but it's not something that I think about at the moment because I'm playing for Torquay and I enjoy it. Like, I got a message the other day saying it looks like I don't want to play for Torquay, and I'm like, what? How does that?
But people are weird. Jamie.
Yeah, you can't reply to them. That's the thing.
There's the thing. You can't. I do radio. John does radio. You constantly get, what are you doing? What is this? People just, for some reason, people want to drag people, especially people who are succeeding and achieving. Yeah, it's a disease. I think it's a disease, and it's a social media disease. Anyway,
I think social media is not. It can have a really negative effect on people, can't it? I actually got rid of it during.
You come off Twitter, haven't you? Which is probably a good thing.
Yeah, that time of the Reid hate gang. I had to come off it because I was getting constant messages like, I remember calling me all sorts. I think the worst one was like, you are the worst player to put on a Torquay United shirt, you scum. Yes, I remember that.
But that sort of thing, that says more about that person.
Yeah, exactly. You can't reply.
Because you are out there achieving people's dreams.
Yeah.
Whoever sent that, he's looked at you and he's through and through jealous. Yeah. I'd say it's definitely a man.
Yeah.
He's through and through jealous. He sees you out there winning, achieving, doing exactly what you want to do.
But some people like that, you will never do anything good enough for them to say anything good about you. That's just some people. They just have a dislike towards you. But when you're in the spotlight, I mean, it must be even harder for players at the top level. I don't know how they deal with that.
Constant.
But you've just got to be able to block it.
I think it's safe to say you proved him wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
John, I think we're done. Jamie, thanks so much for coming to meet us today. And it's a real thrill to meet you, but also to find out you are just a really, really nice bloke.
Thank you very much. Just going to have to stop you there, guys. I forgot it.
On the ice.
Fine. Sorry.
It's fine. It's weird. Don't worry. These are the weird bits now. You're going to be saying other stuff in a little minute. There we are. So,
okay.
Just say
okay.
Thanks, John. Thanks, Charlie.
Thanks, John. Thanks, Charlie. On the ice.
There we are. Didn't even ask him to say
that.
No. Just said it. Just knew it.